You ever have one of those neighbors who thinks the entire street belongs to them? Yeah, I didn't think I did either, until one fine Thursday morning when I walked out to my backyard and found Karen's Honda CR-V parked right inside my workshop. Yeah, inside, like she owned the place. I'm not talking about blocking my driveway. I mean past the gate, down the gravel path, and inside my actual metal shop. And that was just the beginning. Because this wasn't just any Karen. This was Karen with the clipboard, president of our HOA. And she was about to learn a lesson she'd never forget. Let me back up. I live in a small suburban neighborhood outside Austin. I'm a welder by trade, so when I bought the house 2 years ago, I built myself a full metal workshop behind the garage. Steel siding, roll-up door, ventilation, everything legit. I even had county permits and an official okay from the HOA. But Karen? Karen had a different opinion. She didn't like how industrial it looked, even though it was screened by trees. She called it an eyesore and said it ruined the aesthetic harmony of the neighborhood. Funny thing though, none of my actual neighbors had a problem with it, just Karen. And like most HOA tyrants, she didn't stop at complaints. She started scheming. That Thursday morning, I got up at 7, coffee in hand, ready to finish a trailer I'd been building for a client. Walked out back and froze. The shop door was wide open. Inside, Karen's silver CR-V diagonally parked like it was a Walmart lot. I thought maybe it was stolen and dumped there, maybe some emergency. But nope. No broken lock, no forced entry, just tire tracks on my gravel path and her car inside my private workspace. Then I saw the note taped to the driver's side window. It said, "Since you insist on using this eyesore for business, the HOA is repurposing it as a community resource until further notice." Karen, HOA president. My jaw dropped. She literally thought she had the power to commandeer my workshop like it was some shared garage. I marched straight to her house, 4 doors down. She was out front pruning a bush, wearing that visor she always wears when she's power tripping. I held up the note. "Karen, did you park your car in my workshop?" She didn't even look surprised. "Well, it wasn't being used this morning," she said. "And the board voted to take temporary control until we resolve your code violation." "What code violation?" I asked. "Oh, you'll get the letter in the mail soon." I asked her how she got the key. She smirked and said, "Your side gate wasn't locked. It's not trespassing if it's not secured." That's when I decided she wasn't just being rude. She was declaring war. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I just nodded and walked away. Because I already knew what I was going to do. You see, Karen had no idea how good I was with a welder. And she definitely didn't know that I had a week-long fishing trip planned for the weekend. That gave me exactly 2 days to make sure she regretted ever crossing into my space. That night, after her porch light went off, I got to work. I installed a new padlock on the inside of the workshop, one she couldn't access. Then I took out my steel rods and welded the roll-up door shut from the inside. I reinforced the side door hinges, welded extra bars across them, and for good measure, I installed a couple security cameras, just in case she got creative. Her car was officially sealed in, no way out without an angle grinder, and she definitely didn't own one. I left the next morning for Lake Travis with a cooler full of beer and zero guilt. I didn't even check my phone until Sunday night. And when I did, oh man, my inbox had 10 voicemails from Karen. The first few were snide. "Very funny. Now open the door." Then they turned frantic. "This is illegal confinement. I'll have you arrested." And finally, desperate, "Please call me back. My medication is in the car." I knew that was a lie. Karen doesn't even take Tylenol. Turns out, while I was gone, Karen had called a locksmith. They couldn't do anything because it was private property. Then she called the HOA emergency board. They told her it was a personal dispute. Then she tried filing a police report, but the officer she spoke with? My cousin. He told her politely that she was trespassing and the owner had every right to secure his property. By Monday morning, the whole neighborhood was talking. Some folks thought I went too far. Others brought popcorn and lawn chairs. But the best part? Her car sat in there for 3 more days because she refused to apologize. Finally, on Thursday, exactly 1 week later, Karen showed up on my doorstep. Her arms were crossed, her lips pursed. "I want my car back," I smiled. "Say the magic words." She huffed, then reluctantly, "I'm sorry for parking in your workshop without permission." I handed her the key. She drove off 10 minutes later, not even making eye contact. But the story doesn't end there. Because after that little incident, the HOA board voted her out in a 5-2 decision. Apparently, abusing authority and locking yourself inside a neighbor's shop doesn't look too good on a leadership resume. These days, the workshop stays locked tight. Karen keeps her distance. And the new HOA president? He actually comes to me for welding advice. So if you ever deal with a Karen who crosses the line, don't yell, don't threaten, don't stoop to her level. Just get creative, and maybe a little weldy.